Moving on, Mr.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Mr. Masad for coming here tonight and exposing the seamy underside of the town. I think it's been hidden for far too long, and I think he's correct. He didn't use the word liar, but there's a lot of liars, and I'm thankful. But I do take exception with a couple of things. First is the emails that he says cannot be authenticated. He doesn't say they're not true. And everything he says rings true because in the emails, there's no doubt that Liz Burdick is frustrated. She was being taken advantage. Everything he said's true.
Yes.
Except that if you want to read her emails, and you can have somebody in law enforcement, criminal law, decide whether there was a threat made or any bribes taken. That's for the law enforcement. She's not as clean as he made her out to be, but she was also wronged, and she was frustrated. And the emails bear that out. She was frustrated. Every time she turned around, her authority was I forget the word. I can't think of the word, but her authority was overruled. So, but she was not without her faults. But I don't want to get into that. I'm glad he came here to expose some of this thing. Now, number one, as I've written letters to you, we have some conflicts here. Your town solicitor represented the woman that provided the emails. He represented her, and according to her, and I've spoken to her since, I guess, last week, Liz Burdick filed a restraining order in New London, I believe. Today was the hearing, where she claims that this woman gave me the emails. I had never met her before, and she did not give me the emails. She did say that she gave the emails to Michelle Buck. Michelle Buck just sat on them. And she told me who else she gave the emails to. So, you know, we're going to get this train's running down the track. It's not going to be disrailed like somebody wants it derailed. It's not going to be. So I'm glad he came here tonight. Miss Burdick does have some legitimate complaints with the town. It was disgusting what happened, but at the same time, she's not without fault. Now, getting back to the authenticating these emails, all you got to do is have the police go in and start taking computers. It's easy. You can authenticate it that way. This is on Mr. Ritaco's computer, her computer, and other people's computers. So we can authenticate it, but he never said they weren't true. But again, getting back to the conflicts, what are you going to do? We have a solicitor here who's a law partner with Steve Hartford. Steve Hartford's all over this thing. It's dirty. It's going to get dirtier. He should not be sitting in this right now, this meeting, having anything or giving any advice or telling me I can't speak because it gets close, in my opinion, to obstruction of justice if there was a crime. But you've got somebody who should not have anything, anytime Steve Hartford's name is mentioned, should not be in the room. He's related to him, and it's his law partner. And I've written this all in a letter to you, and you can ignore it at your legal peril. I think Mr. Masad said the same thing. We have a conflict. And it's the same thing with your town manager, who I blame for all of this, for her deception. She was sued. $10 million she was sued for by Copar, and she was advised at the time to recuse herself. Under the rules of ethics, she had a conflict of interest, a $10 million conflict of interest. And she was advised by people in the town hall to recuse herself. She refused. Then they said, we'll get an ethics opinion. Ask for an ethics opinion. No, because I had to save my house. I had to save my house is what she was telling people. So she saved her house, and in return, everybody's house in Bradford is now covered in dust. You can laugh, Michelle. You've got a conflict.
Absolutely outrageous.
That's right. Everybody's a liar but you. Mr. Masad lies. Liz Burdick's lies. Everybody lies. But your days are numbered. All right?
That's a threat, Mr. Lombardo, and it's disruptive.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and have you threaten the manager. I'm not.
I'm not threatening her. Legally, what are you afraid of? A legal threat?
Mr. Lombardo, if you have an ethics...
Wait, one at a time.
If
Who's
you have an
controlling the
ethics
meeting?
complaint
Mr.
to
Duhamel,
file, then file
Are you
it.
controlling the meeting, Mr. Duhamel?
Yeah,
It's a
let's let
free-for-all.
Mr. Lombardo finish his speech.
That's all I'm saying. And getting back to trying to get this on, I tried for I don't know how many months to get the Copar issue, and it was blocked by Michelle Buck. Months I tried to get the issue of what happened at Copar. Everybody knows that the road that Copar is on, including Ms. Buck, is on the property of Newcastle Realty. And you won't put that on. You will not put that on your agenda. You let her cover it up. Okay?
That's a misstatement. I don't know if you can say lies at the podium.
Okay, tell me what I lied about. What did I
You
lie
asked for
about?
an agenda item? I never got that request.
Okay, give me a second. I'll send to the one I tried and tried and tried, and then finally I sent you an email. Just give me a second. I'll read it to you, Mr. Duhamel, because it was directly to you. You got all these emails. Give me 1 second. Remember the one where I said I'm looking for one honest man in the town of Westerly?
I don't.
Diogenes Sinop, and I sent it to Mr. Carson, I sent it to you, and I sent it to 2 other counselors. I think Mr. Well, let me find it here. Just give me a second. Since you're denying it, I'd like to read it. But I tried, and I CC'd all the people in Bradford on every one of them, and we got stonewalled. And the reason we were stonewalled is because she has an interest in the consent agreement. It was good for her and bad for the town, and she controlled the litigation from start to finish. I'm putting that on the record. It's going to be an ethics complaint against her, and you got a problem with ethics in this place, and Mr. Massad's absolutely right. They should open up a shop right here in this town hall, and they would be busy 7 days a week. It's disgraceful. He's right. It's disgraceful. I'm glad he came. I don't agree with everything he said, but his remarks about the town of Westerly were right on, and you're not going to be able to hide it much longer.